What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Average Joe Investor channel. My name is Joe, and on this channel we talk exclusively on how to help the average Joe out there, people like you and me, go from being financially average to financial independence. In this video, we are talking about the top dividend stocks to own here in December of 2021. Specifically, we're going to cover with my dividend stock spreadsheet available in the Patreon community. More to come on that. We're going to talk about the top high yield dividend stocks that you can own. And then we're also going to talk about the top dividend stocks, those quality dividend stocks that are available here in December of 2021. Looking at the dividend growth rate, the dividend yield, the dividend payout ratio. I appreciate you guys being here, clicking on this video, and I want to deliver massive value with every video I make. So without further delay, let's dive in. All right, guys, you are looking at the December 2021 dividend stock spreadsheet. This is a tool that's available to you in the Patreon community. If you'd like to learn more about how to join the Patreon community, check out the link in the description below. This spreadsheet has all of the dividend stocks that have been paying dividends for at least 5 consecutive years. All right, so first off, let's go ahead and take a look at the top high yield dividend stocks here in December of 2021. Now, when we're looking at high yield dividend stocks, we're definitely focused mostly on yield, not so much on the dividend growth rate. Remember, we're building a portfolio, at least that's my focus. We should be building from a portfolio perspective, yield, also dividend growth rate, but that doesn't mean every single stock in the portfolio has to have high yield and good growth rates. Collectively in the portfolio, we can create that amongst many different dividend stocks. So thinking high yield here, looking at the options available to us, let's go ahead. We're already sorted by dividend yield. We're still concerned about safety though. No good having a high yield dividend stock that's going to cut its dividend next year or even later this year. So we want to be keenly aware of the dividend payout ratio based on free cash flow. Now here in the spreadsheet, you'll see that we have payout ratio trailing 12 months and payout ratio 1 year. We want to make sure that the trending here, there's nothing crazy that's happened year to date, or and vice versa, that trailing 12 months doesn't look really great and then the 1 year is actually really bad, showing that maybe just one really good quarter. So we'll filter by green here, and what green does is it tells us all the dividend stocks that have a dividend payout ratio based on free cash flow between 0% and up to 75%. And we'll actually include the yellow ones up to 85% because we are going to be okay with certain stocks that are consistent, that have a strong history of paying dividends consistently. So we'll go ahead and filter here. We're not really thinking about dividend growth rates, although we do want to make sure we don't have any negative dividend growth rates here. We want to stay at least at or above 0%. So we're going to filter for that as well. Okay, so we filtered for the dividend growth rate to make sure we don't have any negative dividend growth rates. We're clean on the dividend payout ratio here. All dividend stocks that have been paying dividends for at least 5 consecutive years. When it comes to high yield dividend stocks available to us right now, depending on what you're looking for, we can go as high as 8.59% here with AT&T. We should be fully aware though that AT&T does plan to cut their dividend here in the near future once they finish their spin-offs and their acquisitions, or they're getting rid of certain assets off their balance sheet. So we need to be aware of that and make sure that that's something we're okay with in the future. Now, still great dividend yield, but we don't know what that new dividend is going to be, so that could be a warning flag for you. We've also got Universal Corporation here, a dividend champion, 51 years of consecutive dividend payments. Little low on the dividend growth rate, but still a healthy dividend yield at 6.55%. We've got Western Union Company, a dividend challenger with 5.73% yield. International Business Machines, MGM Growth Properties, Star Group, which is in my portfolio, full disclosure, Universal Health Realty Income, Hennessy Advisors, AbbVie, another one in my own portfolio. All dividend stocks here that could potentially be great high yield dividend stocks for your portfolio. And some of them here have pretty healthy dividend growth rates. Okay, let's talk about quality dividend stocks here. When we talk about quality here, we're looking at the complete package, a healthy dividend yield, really strong dividend growth rates, at least 7 to 10% on that dividend growth rate, and a really healthy dividend payout ratio, but just like we were looking at with the high yield dividend stock, something that we're not really concerned that's going to be cut in the near future. We're going to leave the payout ratio exactly how it was, but we're going to modify the growth rates here and switch it over to filtering by green instead. We don't need these dividend stocks to be high flying, high yielding stocks, but we are looking for our core segment dividend stocks, ones that can stick in our portfolio for a long time time and not really have to worry about them. So filtering for green on the dividend growth rate and knowing that we have dividend payout ratios here that are green as well, or at least that are stable if they're strong dividend stocks, we can afford to go down on this dividend yield to as low as 2.5% depending on what we're trying to achieve. For the sake of picking up dividend stocks that are not relatively new on their dividend streaks, let's go ahead and filter out the dividend challengers, which will leave us only with dividend stocks that have been paying dividends for at least 10 consecutive years, up to as high as 25, 30, 50, 60 years. Here are 3 different dividend stocks right here near the top of the list that are already in my own portfolio. Star Group LP, AbbVie, and First of Long Island Corporation. First of Long Island is a dividend champion with really strong and consistent dividend growth rates and low dividend payout ratios. I also own Bristol Myers Squibb right here. For me personally, what I like to prioritize though when it comes to core segment is really strong dividend growth rates. I'm willing to give up a little bit of yield if I know that my dividend is growing consistently. If we sort here by the 5-year dividend growth rate, which we're doing right now, you can see some great options up here that have been pretty consistent with their dividend, including Allstate Corporation, ticker ALL, yielding 2.81%, which is not high by any means, but it does have really strong dividend growth rates. And even during COVID, we still had a 40% dividend growth year over year. If we filter here just by the champions first, we can see we've got options such as T. Rowe Price Group, which is yielding 2.13% with really strong dividend growth rates. We've got Bank First Corporation, one that was one of the original companies in my portfolio during the COVID crisis. We've got Johnson & Johnson here on the list, a dividend champion, nearly 60 years of dividend payments with kind of just stable dividend growth and a relatively low dividend yield right here, 2.66%. Not a ton of options in the champion space when we filter based on the growth rate and the payout ratio, but certainly some options here as core players in the portfolio. Looking just at contenders here, I mean, here's a company right here, Hawthorne Bankshares. Probably a company not a single person watching this video has ever heard of, myself included. HWBK. It's in the financial sector of the economy. It's got a 10-year dividend streak of raising their dividend. You've got a 1, 3, and 5-year growth rate all above 20%. A yield currently of only 2.48% though, and a super strong payout ratio at 14% trailing 12 months, 7% on the 1 year. So this is a dividend that's going to continue to grow rapidly. Again, when it comes to dividend investing, guys, we're not trying to hit it out of the park with every single dividend stock we own. We're trying to build a portfolio that can grow over time. And we've got dividend growth rates north of 10%. That makes it a lot easier to do. If you want access to this spreadsheet, guys, you have to join the Patreon community. There's a link in the description below, like I mentioned earlier. Lots of value there. And again, the Discord channel is live now. In the very next video, guys, we're talking about expense ratios, making sure you have all the information you need to make sure you understand exactly what they are, how they work, and how they affect your portfolio, whether you're a dividend investor or you're somebody who just invests in index funds. Doesn't matter, you need to know this information. Again, make sure to leave your 2 cents in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this video, what other content you want me to make videos about, because I don't want to make videos just for me, they're for you guys. Make sure to leave your 2 cents in the comments below. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Have a great rest of your day, and please continue to stay healthy, both physically and financially. Have a good one.